In this video, I will review chassis Parker vise and specifically the parts that went into making one. So right now I have the vise disassembled, and let me kind of zoom out so you can see all of the parts laid out. So let's take a look at them one by one. So first, this is Parker Vise Division, Union Manufacturing Company, New Britain, Connecticut, USA. And this particular part is the fixed jaw. We'll just take a closer look at it. This part is cast. Now it has the jaw that's pinned in place, and you can see the pins. Serrations on the jaw. All right. So that's the fixed jaw. Let's set it aside. Now this part is a movable jaw. Now I'm pretty sure that this was cast and then machined. And the reason I think it was cast because the inside of it is, reasonably rough. Something that I would expect from a casting. Now, it doesn't affect the functionality at all. I mean, the inside part, doesn't take any part in function of the vise. And here's the rails that are machined. And just like the fixed jaw, I'm sorry, right, this one, the movable jaw, has the jaw pinned in it. Let's see, let's set this guy aside just for a second. Now let's take a look at another part. This is the base with a model number on the bottom, 973.5A. And 973.5 refers to the jaw width, this area, being 3.5 inches. Let's see what else is there. The wrench, the main screw. Oh, and one thing I didn't take out of this screw is this little mechanism here. And let's see. And what it does is it affects how fast the handle moves down. So right now it's pretty loose. But what I can do is I can tighten the screw here, the machine screw here, and then the jaw will, I'm sorry, not the jaw, the handle will move much slower. So this mechanism acts as a brake. And what's inside of it is the machine screw, a spring, and a little, I'll just call it a washer, but it's not exactly a washer. It's almost like a part of a cut-off machine screw itself. And what it does is, so this machine screw pushes on a spring. Spring pushes on that little washer, and washer acts as a brake on a handle. So again, the tighter the screw, the tighter the spring, more pressure on that little washer, and it acts as a, brakes harder, I guess. Pretty nifty feature. Parker Vises is the only one where I've seen it. For example, let's take a look. Oh boy, this guy's rather heavy. Pardon the mess. But basically here we're looking at Wilton vise, and what it does, it doesn't have any brake, it just swivels, just swivels down. But what they do is, don't pinch your fingers, don't make too much noise. They have rubber washers on both ends. So let's see what else is there for the Parker vise. So these parts, I guess we call it the washer, machine screw, and another washer. What they do is they hold the main screw in place. The main screw goes in there. This little fella slides on top, like so. And it gets fixed in place by the screw in the washer. Let's see, set them aside. Now these parts, the bolt thick washer, thin washer, and this really thin washer, a couple of them. They act as, I guess, a mechanism to connect the bottom plate to the fixed jaw. And basically the bolt goes through there with a series of washers on top, and it gets screwed right in this hole in the middle. Now what else am I missing? The parts of the brake mechanism, or the swivel mechanism. So this acts as a pretty ingenious mechanism, which I'll cover in a different video. But these parts used as, I guess, a brake in a swivel motion. So, gosh, let me see. Just quickly show you what I mean by this. So when the vise is on the base, you can swivel it, and these parts are used to apply, really is a brake mechanism to stop the top from swiveling. So say you want to position it this way, you tighten it, it's not going to move. That's pretty much it. That's all the parts. Now, if my math is right, and I counted all the parts, I believe it's about 26 altogether, including all the pins and all the washers and everything else. Pretty neat.